morning. It's Monday, June 5th, 2023. My name is Terry Morgan. We are here to practice Wudang Dragon Sword. Hang on just a second. I am still running a little behind on a few things, so it's been an interesting few days, and it's going to get more interesting, I'm telling you. All right, so this morning we're going to review everything we have up to this point, and we're also going to take a look at what may be next. What's that mean? I had the notes that I have from some years ago, some video that I have from some years ago, and the list of movements that, with the descriptions that I posted, that were supposed to be on number 9 today, and those are in Chinese, so I'm translating those as we go. One of the issues that I've run into is my own memory versus what I have in my notes versus what I have from years ago, and I put that question to Professor Leo. He replied with a video that is intended for me to look at, right? It's not something that he wants to publish, that gives the particulars for the movements. Okay, so 挂肩 xie, what type of what am I doing with the sword? What I'm really looking for, and I ask again, is the names that he gave me in the list of names of the forms, so that I can take that and translate it, because I'm having a little trouble with some of the list movements compared to what I believe I have in the form. Okay, so there's some differences, and I'm talking about this for a couple of reasons. We're going to get started right now. I talk about this for a couple of reasons, and I'm going to explain that too. I keep something to clear my throat, so there's that. One of the things that happens with practice is that we learn certain things and we kind of forget certain things. So we're paying attention to some things, we're not paying attention to other things. Over time, we start losing those things that we're not really paying attention to. And we may enhance those things that we are paying attention to. So those changes are natural and to be expected. We're human. That's what we do. That's how we grow. That's how we develop. The ability to manage how much gets transferred to the next generation, who learns what, how that goes, is part of this. How many different sources do I have, and how do I bring them together? So someone in China who spent 30 years learning every day from Professor Liu moves differently than I do. They do. It's going to happen. It's just going to happen. All right, the way that I move, right, is not 100% the same as what they do, because my background and my skills are part of what I'm doing. They don't have my background and my skills, so they can't do what I'm doing. That difference is something that I do try to reconcile in these classes so that the best version of everything that I can give is what's here. So, feet about shoulder width apart, bend the knees, wiggle the toes, wiggle the fingers, open the arms, hands circle in front, back around to both sides, up along the center line, and reach out. Bend the knees. It does matter. The stretch goes to the back of the leg with the knees bent, which is just where we want it. Fingertips up, elbows drop down, hands return to your sides. Okay, so this area right here and this right here, if the knee is bent just a little bit when you stretch over, both of those areas will naturally stretch, and that is what we want. All right. Right foot front, left foot back. Okay. Not too narrow. Open it up a little bit. And go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Sing. And another side. And go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Sing. And come on up. All right. A little bit of a floor stretch here. All right. I have my right leg in front. My left leg is on my right heel. My right leg is on my left toes. Hands below the knees, lean back. And pull yourself forward. Keep the elbows in. You should feel this through the back of the leg and the hip. And pull yourself forward, pull up as you go over. Pull up through the abs. Reach out to go over. Don't lean. So, chest to your knees, chest to the floor, right? Keep your back straight. Don't roll your back. Yeah, it's harder than it looks, right? Feet straight ahead. Grab your toes. Don't pull the outside. Don't pull the inside. Pull straight back. Knees bent just a little bit and pull yourself forward. Elbows down and sit up. Pull in through the center here. Pull forward and sit up. Knees are bent. My legs are not flat on the floor. My hips are flat on the floor. My heels are on the floor. My knees are bent just a little bit. Pull the toes back. Pull in. Chest to your thighs. And again. One more time. Sit up. Reach over the leg. Pull in. All right. Left leg back, right leg front. Yeah, this one. Fingertips. Right? Right hand next to your right hip. Left hand just behind your left hip. Ready? And push up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and sit slowly, 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 slowly. Hey, there you go. All right, and other side. Ready? Right hand, left hand, push up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and sit. Slowly sink, sink, slowly hold through the legs, hold, and sink. All right. Relax for a second. That stretch helps to do a couple of things. One is to build up the ability to get up and down right? The other, and I'm going to massage my knee here for a second because that was, there's something going on there. All right. The push up with the fingertips and then the hold through the abs. That hold through the abs is what we want. We want ultimately to not use the fingertips at all. No hands, right? So that the up and down is really up and down through the legs. We use that, and we're going to use it more, right? There are, again, I'm still sorting out the particulars for, I got my sword right here. I'm still sorting out the particulars for sequence and what we're doing in this particular segment of the form. So there's does this go here? Does that go there? Wait, this what? Because this one's showing me this and this over here, and this is different. All right, so reconciling those differences, what do I do? What do I do? I can stop. I don't know what to do, right? You knew that was not going to happen, right? All right, so we have a move. We have a move that ends up here. Actually, it's here. That up and down, yay, up and down, right? Because I have to come back up. And right now, that ain't happening. I'm sitting, I'm good, right? Now, I'm close to being able to do that up and down. So, working on it more. As we pay attention to, so, I'm going to make a big jump, big leap here. That's it. As I step back, step under. Okay? This movement exists in the form. We know that. I know this. I know this. It's there. All right? Now, here's the question. And I've put this question earlier on in the form, and I'm going to repeat it again, and probably repeat it a couple of times. Is this the next movement in this sequence? Have I left something out? Is there something that comes between what I've just done and what I'm doing here? It's a question. And in all of my years of practice, this kind of question has appeared regularly and repeatedly. It comes with me. It does, it comes with. All right, that sense of which we're, right? That's part of why I'm here. Seriously, that is part of why I am here. Because at the end of the day, at the end of my days, I would like there to be a complete recording of some of the stuff that I've learned. And this is part of it. How I learned, what I did to address the gaps, what I did to address the differences, all of that matters because it's how I learned. It's not how Professor Liu learned. He learned in a different time, in a different era, in a different place, entirely. How I learned is what I'm doing here. That's what I'm documenting. And knowing that, somebody else knowing that, gives you an advantage. Because when you hit one of those places that, yeah, not quite, what do? Part of that is what I'm trying to teach. What do? Go back to the beginning. Feet together, stand straight. Seriously, go back to the beginning. Salute. Open. We're still doing the opening here. That's the opening. That was it. That's the opening. Slice across. Up. Alright, that last move, as we come across, it works better if I can just keep going. It does. So step here. One. Back. Sort of. It's close. All right, that, I'm going to slow it down. We're going to do it again. That, where am I? Right? So, we're up here. Hang on. Up, step forward, back, twist, down. And I think I need to do something to the front before I go to the back. Right? That muscle memory that I keep talking about. Go to the front. I don't go back just yet. I don't think so. I could. No. It does not go down to the front. It goes to the back. This I know. It's easier to go to the front. That's why I keep thinking that there's something in between that it's one of those little things. It's like leaving out the verb in a sentence. You know it's supposed to be there. You know there's supposed to be one. But you're not quite sure which one it is. It works. It's possible. I know that here, right? Got that, not a problem. Could be better. Right? This twist here, could be better. Now, step back and down. That step back and sink is something that we need to be able to do. So we're going to work on that. Work on that today. And we're going to work on the sequence that we have leading up to this segment, so that, ideally tomorrow, I come back tomorrow with what needs to be there. All right? So this is part of today's lesson. How do we close that gap? How do we close the gap between, I know what this is, I'm seeing this, I've seen that, I've got another piece over here that says something just a little bit different. Which one do I want to pay attention to? Which one should I pay attention to? Which ones, they could all be correct. They could all be correct. It's a big elephant. All right? As we pay attention to the sense of direction and what we're doing with the blade. From here, shift back, down, around, and out again. So I have I'm thinking of visualizing what I was doing and how this movement works. That part of practice is also very important. All right, let's start from here. Wide step, chip back, come around, up, down, in, up, back, jump, slice down, up, 1, 2, up, in, 1, 2, step back, and down. I'm going to rest for half a second there. It takes a little bit of effort to do that. All right, and we're going to do it again. This sequence, right? And the ability to take the movements apart, to understand what you can and cannot do from which position, matters so much to complete practice. Because if you can only move according to the form, right? We use the forms as a tool. If you can only move according to what the form does, you're stuck. What if I need to do something different? Well, wait, I got to do these other 3 moves before I can do that one. No. All right? That ability to pick and choose which one you're going to do must be present. The skill to keep and retain the traditional forms is something that I've really tried to work on. So I'm going to beat up on it as long as I'm got something to say. Right? Bringing all of these together. Here's my notes. Here's what I thought I was supposed to do. Here's what my memory says I was supposed to do. Here's what's written in Chinese. Oh my gosh. 就是盘补 ，yeah， 我知道盘补，但是就是这翻译，这 Google 翻译的就不好。Just so I'm complaining in Chinese about the Google Translate. They've screwed it up. It used to be pretty good. Now they've screwed it up. So, but that ability to let me do this. Handle. Try again. That was all right. Pan. It's not a plate. It's not a plate. Alright? Shit. Try. It. Gu. Gua. It doesn't translate really well. It really doesn't. Gua, Jen. Stick down and come up. Gua. Gu. Straight in. They don't. That's not what the translation. Alright, so. This idea that as we step back here, down, right? In order to go up, I must go down. There is no other option, right? So from here, I can't go up to get here. I could, but it'd be really convoluted and it doesn't make sense to me. Where else can I go? Well, I could go straight. I'd be here. And then I can go up. Nah, that's not what it does. I just did that. I just was up. Now I'm going, right? Here. And here. That's a possibility. And that's what I was talking about before, is that I wanted to go to the front first. My reflex is go to the front first. 1, down. I'm here. I'm here. No, leaning way too far forward there. I'm here. Down. Step back. That works. I could leave that out, and it works. That is precisely the point that I've been making all morning. Which one is it? Muscle memory says I should do something to the front before I go to the back. I can go to the back straight. I can leave that out and go there. Which one should I do? I'm going to review again. I'm going to review it again. And I'm going to come back with an answer. In the meantime, let's start from I'm trying to back up far enough that I don't have to stop when I do this. So I want it here. No, I don't. Here. Step out. Back. Up. Down. Down. 2. Up. forward, back, and down. All right, I'm going to try that again. Give me a second. My cat has come out to distract me. Slice up, down, in, come across, 1, 2, 3, and do it again. 1, 2, up, in, 1, 2, up, slice. All right. All of that was correct and none of it was correct. Okay. This distinction. This is all correct, but none of it's correct. Huh? What? I did one move twice, and the second set, I almost left out the forward P. 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 Slice. Slice down. Slice across. No, this is P. Slice down. All right. Trying to think about where I need to start. Where do I need to be? And that is also one of those things that as we're practicing, especially after when we have to back up, it makes it that much more of a challenge to pay attention to where am I? Which movement am I doing here? What am I supposed to be paying attention to? Right? Okay, so as yeah, that ain't working. Ain't working. Where is the point that I make the connection? Where is my connection point? Well, it's here. I'm pretty okay with that sequence. It needs some refinement. It isn't quite what I'd like it to be, but it's closer than it was. And that's, again, that's part of my point. If I don't know what to do, I stop. No. How do you think through it? How do you question yourself? Because you're the only one in the room, right? How do you question yourself to discover what you may have sort of forgotten, not entirely forgotten, or what makes the most sense in the terms that you have. So the terms that you have are the way this form moves and the philosophy behind how the movements are done. Dragon sword, right? If we take that philosophy and we take the foundation movements that we already have, what makes sense for the next movement? What doesn't make sense? Well, what doesn't make sense to me is an incredibly fancy flourish, because there aren't a lot of incredibly fancy flourishes in Dragon Sword. It's pretty direct. The one, two, down, up, down, in. Those are very definite moves. It's not a flowery thing, right? Even though we talk about flowers. Flowers overhead, right? Those are flowers. We talk about that, but they're not just fancy stuff. There's a slice here, right? That sense of purpose in the movement gives us part of what we need to know. Hang on a second. Oh, no. I thought there was something, it's a different messaging thing. I thought there was an issue. Okay, so from here, step back down, slice down, keep going. Step back and sit. And like I said, that does go all the way down. You do have to be able to get back up. All right, and that fancy flourish, I believe we get that next. Because from here, I really want to do that. I do. But I'm not sure what my feet are doing. I have to go back and look at what my feet are doing in that. That's how we pay attention to what we're learning. That's how we practice. All right, let's do this from here. Set, come around, up, down, in, slice up, come around, step up, jump, down, up, 1, 2, left foot up, 1, 2, and in, step back, and down. That series, think about that for a second. Now, I feel like I'm leaving something out that I had before, now I don't have. Look at something here. on that side. Alright, that sense, I'm going to do it again. That sense of, again, this is pretty raw practice for me, okay? I didn't intend to be doing this, but here I am. So, the effort to figure out, what do I do? How do I figure this out? What am I paying attention to here? What should I pay attention to? Is something that every student goes through. We all go through it. We look at our classmates, we double check things, we have other opportunities. The ability to ask the questions, that makes all the difference. All right. I have to think about that. I'm thinking which leg should, I'm thinking there's a right leg up move that I should be doing that I'm not doing. Oh, there it is. That's what I want to do. But I'm repeating, and I'm repeating the move that I just did. No. When that, nuh-uh. That's what it takes me, right? That's what I just did, right? So as I come up here, down, down, up here, in, being balanced too, right? Step back, in, that slides down and bothers me. I think there's, nope. That might be it, right? I'm do this again. Each move I'm here. In, slice, down, sit. Pretty sure. All right. As we pay attention to what we can do, and what's possible in form, we not only develop the skill to do both, I just did, right? We also develop a greater sense of understanding of what's going on in the form, whether it's correct or not, okay? And there's two ways of looking at correct. The first one is, does it match the orthodox form? Is what's given prescriptively in the orthodox form, in the list of moves, and the way that the movements are done, does what you're doing match up with that orthodoxy? Yes or no? I'm iffy. I'm close. I'm really close, actually. Really, really close. All right, that question. What am I doing that matches or doesn't match? Being able to see both of those. Say, yeah, this is what the orthodoxy, this is what I think it should be. Here's what I'm doing. How close am I? What have I got there? That question and what we do next to solve it. More practice, looking at the form, looking at what the form gives us, looking at what the possibilities are, looking at what's not possible, right? From here, where can I go? Where can I go? I can't really go forward. I'm already forward. Right? I have to, the sword has to come back before I can go anywhere. I can't keep going forward. Knowing that, right? I know where I can't go. All right? That eliminates some things. I have to go back, all right? If I go back, how do I go back? Well, I can come here, right? The sword can't go out any further. It has to come back. It can come here, right? It can come to the other. It doesn't go to the other side very well. Not from this angle. I'd have to change something else. Could. Then it can go forward again. Understanding that basic principle, we can rule out a whole list of things that, that doesn't make any sense. What makes sense? What does my muscle memory tell me? Muscle memory tells me that I want to do something to the front before I go to the back. That I'm going this direction and I'm going this direction. And after I get here, I need to come up. That combination, all right, I can practice that. Forward, right foot step back, slice to the left. Slice down and across as you step back with the left and sit down on the right. I can do that. It works really well. It feels comfortable in context of what else I'm doing in the form. As I pay attention to that, I'm not only paying attention to what I'm doing, I'm paying attention to how I pay attention to what I'm doing. Little meta there, but that's what it is. And that skill is also one that I would like to share. It's looking at yourself, looking at let me look at everything I've got, what makes the most sense, and let me try that. And let's see how it feels. Because, okay, that feels pretty good. All right? Right foot front, right foot back, left foot back. It's an easy step. Carries the sword nicely too. That understanding is what a lot of folks will take and use to develop a new form. That's how we get the forms that we have. Somebody developed it. I'm not so much interested in that as in keeping to what the orthodox form says, but making sure that my skills are not restricted by what's in that form. Now, I'm going to stop here for today. We have a couple things to pay attention to here. This one, as we step back, this needs to be solid. On the right, straight down, and the sword goes obliquely on an angle. All right, we'll work on that a little bit more tomorrow. We'll work on the legs a little bit more tomorrow too. Thank you for being here. Excuse me. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Bye.